Today guys, I'm going to be talking about the game Assassin's Creed 3, which is made by Ubisoft Montreal, and I'm going to explain some of the new features and some of the things I like about it and stuff like that. Well, my friend is going to explain some of the negative side because he just doesn't like the game.
There are so many negative sides to this game.
You're biased.
You're gonna be amazed. You're gonna be like aghast and like awe and everything.
Other than a few falling glitches and a story that's kind of choppy and not much sense is made, but I guess you have to understand the other games to understand this, but it
even
still doesn't
I
make
couldn't
sense.
understand those.
So anyways, you start off this game, you're playing as this guy, Haytham Kenway. He seems like a pretty cool guy, and the first 5 minutes you're in a theater, and your target, you have to go assassinate some guys. So you're showing off your awesome parkour skills, jumping up ledges, climbing around balconies, jumping from thing to thing, pulling levers jumping on props to lower you down, just jumping around basically like a parkour assassin sort of thing.
Like Mario with knives.
So yeah, my friend here, he says there's a lot of negative aspects to this game and similarities between it and the second game. I will leave those out in what I'm talking about, but there are many new features brought into the series here. The foremost new main character, he's called Connor. He's a, I don't know.
He's a bastard child.
He's a half Mohawk Indian, half white man, and I don't know, he likes to owl on things. No joke.
He also likes to kill white people.
Yes, true.
Spoiler alert. The game should have been called Kill the White Man 3. From what I've seen already.
Anyways, you find ledges and he can just owl on them. And he has the ability to jump from tree to tree.
Lindsey Stirling here.
Like some frickin' sort of Naruto sort of thing.
More like a monkey. Because Naruto's stuff.
And as for tricks of the trade, he comes equipped with a rope dart and a tomahawk. And the hidden blades from the other games also make their return here. So, there's a new feature. You get to hunt stuff. You go out in the wild, the frontier, and kill animals, skin them, sell that for some money, trade it with people.
Kind of like Red Dead Redemption, which already did that kind of thing already.
It plays a large part in taking up the time that you aren't doing missions or finding collectibles. Another way to relax and just kick back. It's not really relaxing, but it's to utilize the new naval battle system, which pretty fun. I tried it.
That looks pretty interesting, I can tell you that, but I haven't seen it yet, so...
Which can range from escorting someone and defending them, or taking out privateers, examining lighthouses, haunted ships, stuff, doing Captain Kidd's treasure map missions. I'm not gonna get into any more of that because it ruins something, but... And I guess this game comes with new ways to kill people. It's aerial assassinations, which look cool and are quite fun to pull off.
Yes, I'm in the bathroom right now, and yes, you should totally check out the Assassin's Creed 3 trailer. You can click this link right here, this box, and you can go watch it. I also want to thank Jace, Spencer, and Clayton. They all work for M4, they're good friends of mine, and they helped me create this video, so thanks guys. Hope you guys enjoy, and again, couldn't do without ya, love ya, thanks for
And then there's another one which is quite brutal and cruel, but it's the cruelest and most fun new feature is using enemies as meat shields.
That was cool.
From other enemy shots, so you hold them in front of you and they get shot and they die. It's gross and morally wrong, yes, but it's also super fun.
I'm sure he's gonna have some footage of that, so you know.
And another thing you can use in this game is the bow. It's good for stealthy assassinations from rooftops and things like that, but it's not always a one-hit kill.
And there's also a downside, you cannot actually aim the bow where you want. He kind of locks on, so that's kind of sad.
Well, it's always going to lock onto an enemy.
I know, but, you know, they should have at least put it on higher difficulty. I actually had to aim it yourself. Because then it would actually feel like you're doing the work, not him doing the work. There's a problem with the
bows. I don't know, the bows mainly used for hunting. Yeah.
Have you even used the blow dart yet, Neil?
Yep.
What is that like? Explain.
The rope dart?
Yeah, the dart thing.
You use it to trip people, and you can hang them. Yeah, I'm not gonna get...
The white men didn't do that enough. Now the Indians gotta do it. It's just rope cutting.
There's a new dual-wielding system where I guess he can dual-wield pistols, which hasn't been seen in any other Assassin's Creed games, but many other games have had a dual-wield system at some point in time.
About time.
Apart from everything else to do, you get your own homestead and quests to upgrade it, which is quite cool, and you find people who do different quests. One quest, you had to go break up a fight. Another one, you have to kill some poachers. There's quite a few.
Just normal Mohawk Indian stuff, you know. Get off my mind.
I don't know. I gotta say, overall, I love the game, and the look, the feel, and the non-straightforward plot. It's a free roaming game. Once you get to a certain point, you can basically go wherever and do whatever you want. Kill as many people as you want.
Well,
and the world's
true. You can't necessarily kill anybody you want. Just like in the second game, this ancestor did not kill innocent people. So if you were to kill 2 innocent people while in your quest, just randomly, it just happens by accident or whatever, and just like in the second game, you're put out of the level, you fail it. So, you know, unless you're used to playing the second game, you wouldn't know that the first time you're playing.
Yeah, and you can't kill animals either, except for hunting, like somebody's pet dog. You can't go assassinate it.
Although there should be something like that.
No, you just pet it or throw food for it. It's cute.
Well, no, I mean like you don't like actually stab it with a knife, but like accidents. Like you're swinging your sword around, you can like actually hit it by accident.
Well, you're swinging your sword around enough. It's surprising that a bunch of these innocent bystanders don't get plowed down with that. It just doesn't happen. I guess the mechanics just don't allow for the innocents to be killed.
Okay, so far we haven't noted a lot of negative aspects about the game. Do you have any negative aspects? Because you're being pretty generous about this.
I gotta say I've found a few bugs.
A few?
Well, I've fallen.
Fell off like
I guess the falling
12-story cliffs.
I guess the falling damage is a little generous. Like you can fall quite a distance without desynthesizing or dying. Well, that's what it's called in this game.
But if here's a good tip. If you're going to fall, make sure that you clip against a tree, because you're going to survive an 8-story fall even if you clip a tree. Just like right on the branch, you're alive when you hit the ground.
I was gonna say something, and there are a few bugs where you'll just jump somewhere and then you'll, like I went to assassinate a rabbit one time by jumping out of a tree.
Wait a minute, how can you assassinate a rabbit?
You jump out of a tree and kill it, but I went to, and I fell through the map, so that's happened to me 2 or 3 times.
Okay, I have one more negative thing that we haven't talked about.
Okay.
It's almost impossible to lose a battle.
No, not true.
Okay, yeah,
if there's an overwhelming amount of enemies, like they all just swarm you, you die pretty fast.
Can you let me rest my case, please? Okay. So let's just say you're just going around and you find just a group of normal soldiers, just normal guys with their muskets, right? And there's no like parriers or brawlers or whatever in there. You can fight every single one without even getting hurt, just by countering their attacks when they come at you. And even if you do get stabbed, I noticed that their bayonets don't even do a lot of damage. I'm talking like less than a millimeter.
There are some enemies who have they were killed since swing giant axes. Yeah, I know it's funny, but they're typical woodsmen. But their axes do quite a large amount of damage. So.
Yeah, like the captains or the, I guess you can call them skirmishers, even the friggin' drummer boys.
Oh, and
those guys will actually put up a fight.
I have one thing to tell you now. Don't accidentally assassinate George Washington. You will lose the mission.
Yeah, apparently he didn't look like George Washington.
No, not from behind. You couldn't tell the difference between him and any other officer. And he ended up dying, and I ended up losing the mission.
Maybe if you paid attention to the clattering of wooden teeth, you'd be able to tell it was him. But, you know, you guys not really good at hearing stuff.
Do you have anything more to say? I think I'm done here.
I do have a compliment for the game.
What?
Its world is really big compared to the other one. But even that's kind of pushing it, because even if it was big, you can't go everywhere in the world. So technically, it looks big, but it's actually not as big as it should be.
I'm gonna say, have something. You can go pretty much anywhere.
So, what would you rate this game as a review?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
Yep.
I think you're just a bit too generous. I can probably say maybe 7.5. But that's just because I'm not much of a fan of the kind of game. Stealth is not my thing.
I don't know, professional ratings were like 8.5, 9, I don't know.
Yes, but those are professionals. See? They I don't know, I'm not gonna rip on a professional, but like, if they actually like play games for like a living or whatever, kind of like us kids, you know, in high school, what are we gonna do after school? Like, if they were actually like us, then, you know, I would actually trust the ratings, because there's been games with high ratings and they actually suck ass.
Alright, I think I'm gonna cut it off here.
Alright, so you cut it off?
Yep.
So, this is Sputstergames, and TH Omega's right there, and have a nice day.